We've just gotten a batch of these unredacted documents that Jack Smith, the prosecutor for Joe Biden's been hiding. What have we learned here?
Well, I think what we've learned fundamentally is that the special counsel wants to keep everything secret and that President Trump wants everything open. This is probably one of the most consequential trials to come before the American people, and the American people deserve to know everything that's going on. They need to deserve to know every aspect of the case, and we have fought and will continue to fight.
What's going on in this courtroom downtown?
Well, I think, the Democrats claim that Trump is a threat to democracy. The real threat to democracy is the willingness to abuse the power of your office to influence what should otherwise be a free and fair election. And that's exactly what's going on downtown in the courtroom. I mean, look at just this week. You've got a hearing in a civil case about essentially nothing. You've got a criminal trial starting, and later this week there'll be a Supreme Court argument, all in cases that were made up specifically for the purpose of influencing the outcome of an election.
And so Biden's prosecutor leaves Washington and is putting on the opening argument. Bragg's just popping donuts in the back watching.
Well, all of these cases are, a similar pattern. You've got the Attorney General of the state of New York sitting there in the back watching what's going on. I don't even think after today, I'm not even sure that they really care what the outcome was. We went downtown and had a hearing to determine that $175 million of President Trump's cash that he posted is actually worth $175 million. And a bond form that has been in use for 100 years in the state of New York is actually valid. But we wasted time, money, and resources. And I think that's the goal. Let's drain the president's time, let's drain his focus, let's drain his resources, all while now President Biden is somehow magically out of the basement campaigning. He's on the campaign trail.
Yeah, he's with AOC in the woods on Earth Day. They're draining his brain and his body. Now, I don't like to sit. They say sitting is the new smoking. You're going to take a man who's usually golfing or in action, and you're going to sit him in a chair in freezing temperatures and just let people rip you and you can't say anything? 4 days a week, 8 hours a day? That takes a toll.
It does take a toll. I think that President Trump will withstand that toll because he's an extraordinarily resilient individual. But it's demonstrative of exactly what they want. The Democrats have President Trump where they want him. Trump on trial, President Biden on the campaign trail. That's what they're looking to do. They've realized, there's two ways really to influence human behavior. You can inspire it or you can manipulate it. President Trump inspires people, but I think the Democrats have realized that President Biden isn't going to inspire anyone. So now we have to manipulate the outcome. And that's exactly what they're doing. They're using the weapon that they have, the power of these court cases. I mean, in 30 years, I've never seen any one defendant face multiple cases in multiple jurisdictions all at the same time.
Never happened before, and you're now defending him in the documents case, and you're battling the prosecutor for unredacted documents. We've just gotten a batch of these unredacted documents that Jack Smith, the prosecutor for Joe Biden's been hiding. What have we learned here?
Well, I think what we've learned fundamentally is that the special counsel wants to keep everything secret and that President Trump wants everything open. This is probably one of the most consequential trials to come before the American people, and the American people deserve to know everything that's going on. They need to deserve to know every aspect of the case, and we have fought and will continue to fight to make that happen.
All right. Chris, thank you so much.
Thank you. Always a pleasure, Jesse.
Johnny goes to AOC's district.
When you're headed to the polls this November, how important is the issue of January 6th?
January 6th. What are you talking about January 6th?
I know that everyone here will soon be marching over to the Capitol building to peacefully and patriotically make your voices heard.
It's not about justice. It's not about agenda. It's not about mobilizing people. It's about dialing for corporate dollars. These two parties have sold the U.S. government and the American people to the highest bidders.